They tried to trick me into quitting so they wouldn't have to fire me, but I turned the tables. Plus 2 updates. Essentially, I was asked to voluntarily resign today. How can I make them fire me instead and come out ahead? Advice needed. First off, yesterday I overheard my very loud chair say, "We're letting her go by the end of the year through the exec room door." It wasn't hard to figure out they meant me, and I was right. Important context, I have 0 coworkers. This is a small nonprofit with 3 superiors above me and just me at the bottom. Today, I got called into a meeting where the president told me, verbatim, "There's no good way to say this, but we will have to let you go." She then explained why. It wasn't a good fit. I asked for clarification, and she confirmed that there was no misconduct or anything egregious on my part. She gave me some mostly unhelpful feedback and then asked me to decide on my last day. I was a bit taken aback, thinking, didn't you just say I'm being let go? I asked for more clarity, more eloquently than that. She responded, "Oh, well, we'd like to pay you through January, 1 month." At first, I thought this was the tiniest severance package ever, but then she added, "So you'd work through the end of January, and I'd be happy to help you during the transition." She even offered to serve as my reference. I asked her, politely but directly, "Are you asking me to voluntarily resign?" She actually stuttered before saying, No, we just want to know when your 2 weeks will be. Just think about whether you'd like to stay through January. No rush to decide today." Am I right in thinking they're trying to shortchange me here to save themselves? I feel like they're trying to trick me into quitting. Other than a mediocre performance review 3 months ago, which, looking back, was probably a disguised pip, everything so far has been verbal. I think I need to start an electronic paper trail. The whole time, she was overly nice, which feels suspicious. Update. I sent an email summarizing the situation and BC said my personal email. "Thank you for providing advance notice about the organization's decision to let me go, as it wasn't a good fit. I understand there was mention of an end date being either immediate or through the end of January 2024. Could you please confirm my position's end date and send over the related termination paperwork?" Her reply, "Actually, I wasn't suggesting you leave immediately. What I meant was we'd like you to stay through the end of January, if that works for you. If you decide to leave earlier, we'd appreciate 2 weeks' notice. Once you respond, I'll send something in writing." So, a few of you mentioned this sounded like an indirect way of saying I'm fired at the end of January, which seems to be confirmed. It's frustrating they're not explicitly stating when I'll be gone and are withholding paperwork until I reply again. Final update 12/20. I replied again to make it clear I wasn't resigning, and finally, she sent over a termination letter with January 31st, 2024, as my end date. It still included language saying I could submit my 2 weeks' notice at any point before that. The letter also mentioned I'd receive PTO every Friday in January 2024. Working here another month isn't ideal, but at least I'll be paid. I know this is just them buying time to find contractors or replacements since the role is being restructured with a new title and salary band. Essentially, they're firing me because I couldn't magically transform into the person they need for the restructure, but they're trying to avoid paying unemployment and are framing it as underperformance. Final update April 6, 2024. For anyone still following along. This Friday, I accepted an offer with a higher salary, actual benefits, and a 32 to 35-hour workweek. I'm so grateful the job search was relatively short, though it was still incredibly stressful. I couldn't have done it without my trusted network of friends, family, and mentors. As for the last org? They're floundering. They have no program staff, and the president is stepping down in a couple of months. Honestly, I'm not sure how much longer they'll last. It was a sinking ship anyway. Sometimes, situations like this end up being a push toward something better. That doesn't make the instability any less stressful, but it really can work out in the end. Sending good job vibes to everyone out there.